Hello, this is Dr. Ferguson, and welcome to another edition of Coffee with Rhadi. First and foremost, I want to tell you that my book is out, Coffee with Rhadi, and you can get it at coffeewithrhadi.com. That's www.coffeewithrhadi.com. This is my particular book. It's by a former three-sport NCAA athlete, Olympian, MMA fighter, entrepreneur, a motivational speaker. And basically, the book is a literary exposition of some of the things that I talk about online and some speeches that I give and some things that I've learned through traveling around the country and around the world. Coffee with Rhadi, great book, has a 5-star rating on Amazon.com. I believe I have 1 4-star rating on there as well. Has received absolutely fantastic reviews. Please, if you'd be so kind, support at www.coffeewithrhadi.com, or you can go straight to Amazon.com and place your order. Today, on this particular edition, I would like to talk about, and pardon me, I think I told you recently that I just returned from Howard Homecoming, so my throat is still recovering from yelling and screaming and having a good time. I'd like to talk to you about something today that I used to experience early in my judo career. I remember when I traveled to Hungary in 1998, and I walked on the mat at the international training camp in Tata. It's a training facility in Tata, Hungary. And I was nervous. I don't really get scared, but I was nervous. All the guys that I saw on the videos that I watched at the World Championships and the Olympics, those were the individuals that were at the camp. And I had never practiced with those individuals before. And I recall being on the mat and being overwhelmed. I was overwhelmed emotionally. I was overwhelmed physically. I was overwhelmed technically. I was overwhelmed. I remember returning to the United States and telling myself, I gotta make some changes here. But the only thing that you know to do when you're that young or that infancy stage of your career, all you know is I need to train harder. And a lot of people say, you know, hard work pays off. We gotta work hard. We gotta work hard. More often than not, they say that either as a colloquial expression because they don't really have time to get into what hard work is, or they don't know exactly what hard work is. Because it's not just about working hard. Under the precipice of hard work is smart work, intelligent work, knowing what to do, knowing what not to do, knowing how to get the proper advisors, help, counselors, coaches, and mentors in place so that you can be successful. And if you don't have those things, more often than not, you're going to go into a situation overwhelmed. I remember when I also accepted my first job with Texas Instruments, and I had to go in and speak with the National Director of Technical Sales about a pay increase because I thought, in my naivete as how old was I, maybe 22, 23 years old, I thought that I should be paid more money than I was getting paid. And I walked into that meeting and tried to present my case and make my argument, and I got mollywopped completely. I mean, I was thrown and flopped around that room by an expert when it comes to negotiation. I was in the room and I was overwhelmed. And I also recall a situation where I was lifting in the gym at the Olympic Training Center, and I was being hard-headed. I'm just being honest with you, I was being hard-headed. The program said 2 sets of 275 pounds for 20 reps on the squat. And then after that, 2 sets of 15 at 315 on the squat. And then I think it was 2 sets of 8 or 365, here's what I wanted to do. I wanted to come out the gate on the workout with 2 sets of 20 on the squat of 315. So I did it, 2 sets of 20, 315 on the squat. I mean, it hurt. And then I hit the next set of 2 sets of 15 with 365. Okay? Hurting. And then I got to 4 or 5, 2 sets of 10. I think I got to 8 of the first, I think I got to 8 of the first set, and I began to cramp. And the workout itself overwhelmed me, partially because I was hard-headed, but I really found out years later why people get overwhelmed. More often than not, anytime you find yourself in a situation where you're overwhelmed, it's because you're underprepared. You get overwhelmed when you're underprepared. When you're underprepared for a situation, you can guarantee that you're going to be overwhelmed. See, the way to not get overwhelmed in a situation is to be prepared. Be prepared to listen, be prepared to study, and be prepared to prepare. See, when you pare something or you cut it down, okay, or you slice something or you make it more efficient or more readily available, before you do that, you have to prepare yourself to do that. That's why you get the word prepare. Before the cutting takes place, before the paring down takes place, there's some preparation that needs to be done before that happens. And before you walk into a situation or walk into a room where there's going to be some cutting or slicing or a conversation that is going to create a situation where when you leave, there's going to be less than when you started. Do you understand what I'm saying? If you play a football game, if one team plays against another team, when the football game is over, there's going to be less people available the next week than when they started. That's just the course of the game. You're going to be less healthy after the game than when you began the game. That's just how the game goes. You're going to have less time in your life than when you started with. That's just the way things are when you do a thing. So when you prepare for a situation, you want to make sure that you are not just prepared, but you are over prepared. You are very ready for what's going to happen in the paring process and the paring down process. And you want to make sure this happens so you don't become overwhelmed. Over prepare. Because if you under prepare, you're going to be overwhelmed. I don't care if it's a test in school, if you're an 8th grader, a 9th grader, college student, PhD student. If you walk into your dissertation defense and you're not over prepared, you're going to get overwhelmed. You're going to get overwhelmed because you're underprepared. If you take a quiz and you make a D or F on the quiz, you made a D or F because you were overwhelmed by the questions on the quiz because you were underprepared. See, some people make it a habit of being underprepared. Make it a habit to be over-prepared, and then you'll never be overwhelmed. This is Dr. Ferguson, and I hope you have a super fantastic day. And remember, anytime that you're overwhelmed, it's because you're underprepared.